As they prepare to leave, a waiter suddenly approaches their table with surprising news. The restaurant is running a special promotion, and their table has been randomly selected for a completely free dinner. The only condition is that the two of them must stay together at that exact table. The boy freezes, clearly uncomfortable, but the thought of a free meal keeps him from walking away. He forces an awkward smile, pretending everything is fine, while the girl quietly adjusts her posture, trying not to feel like a burden. She can sense his hesitation, yet she stays polite, hoping maybe he'll soften with time. The waiter hands them the menus, and the boy reluctantly sits down, still wishing he could switch tables, while she tries to make small talk to lighten the tension. But beneath the surface, both know this dinner is about to reveal much more than they expected, and that's where the real shift slowly begins. When the boy arrives for the date, everything seems normal until he notices the girl sitting in a wheelchair. Instead of responding with kindness, he lets his shock turn into judgment. His face tightens, his tone changes, and he immediately questions why she didn't tell him beforehand. The girl tries to explain that she's still adjusting to her life after the accident, but he brushes it off, making her feel as if she deceived him. Rather than seeing her as a person, he sees her disability first, calling her not a regular girl and acting as though he has been tricked. She remains calm despite the hurt, reminding him that she's just as human as anyone else, but he refuses to listen. In that moment, his words don't just show ignorance, they reveal how quickly people judge without understanding someone's story, and that's where everything begins to change. When he returns to the table, she's sitting quietly, her eyes lowered, as if preparing herself for the moment he'll walk away for good. But he doesn't. Instead, he takes a slow breath and admits what he's been avoiding all night: he was wrong. Not just a little wrong, completely, shamefully wrong. He apologizes without excuses, telling her how he let his ignorance speak louder than his humanity, how he failed to see the strength, intelligence, and kindness she showed from the very beginning. She listens silently, unsure whether to believe him, but there's a softness in her expression that wasn't there before. And when he asks for a second chance, not out of pity but out of genuine respect, she hesitates only long enough to make sure he truly means it. Then she nods. They return to the contest together, and against all odds, they win, side by side, as a team, and that victory becomes the beginning of something real. After the quiz round, the boy steps away for a moment, still processing everything he's just witnessed. As he moves through the restaurant, he overhears a group of guys laughing loudly, joking about a wheelchair girl someone brought on a date. Their voices are mocking, careless, the same tone he himself used not long ago. But this time, it hits differently. The words feel cruel, ugly, even though they sound so similar to the ones he had thrown at her earlier. For the first time, he sees the situation from outside his own ego, realizing how deeply such comments can cut. The pride he once carried begins to crumble, replaced with a heavy guilt that sits in his chest. He suddenly understands that the problem was never her disability, it was his attitude, his prejudice, his inability to look past what he thought was normal. And that realization is what finally wakes him up. When the quiz round begins, the boy expects another awkward moment, assuming she'll struggle the same way she did during the physical challenge. But the moment the first question is asked, she answers with confidence, clear, calm, and absolutely correct. The judges nod, the crowd murmurs in surprise, and he turns to her with a look he hasn't shown all evening, genuine curiosity. Question after question, she continues without hesitation, revealing not just knowledge but a sharpness he never took the time to notice. She mentions her 2 college degrees so casually that he can't help but feel small for ever doubting her worth. Each right answer pulls them closer to the lead, and with each win, the room's energy shifts. People start cheering for her, admiring her strength and intelligence, and for the first time, he sees her differently, not as someone limited, but as someone remarkable, and that's where his perspective finally begins to change. When the announcement for the couples contest echoes through the restaurant, the girl lights up, hoping it might turn their awkward evening into something fun. Before she can second-guess herself, she raises her hand with a shy smile, but the boy immediately stiffens. He didn't come here to be noticed, let alone to participate in something that might draw attention to her wheelchair. Still, with the staff cheering them on, he follows her to the stage, dragging his feet the whole way. As the first task begins, she tries her best to keep up, but her movements are slower, careful. Instead of supporting her, he grows irritated, whispering harsh comments under his breath and blaming her for their disqualification. The embarrassment stings, not because of the contest, but because of the way he speaks to her, as if her disability is something she should be ashamed of, and that moment reveals who truly needs to change.